Hello, good afternoon to you and welcome. It is Hard Factor Nigeria Info, your number one talk station. I'm Dio. 10 minutes gone past 3 p.m. Let's talk from now till 7. Show comes away Mondays through Fridays, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. I hope you've had a productive day so far. Things are working out and looking up. And you're very much gearing, hopefully as much as I can, maybe even more, to join the conversation today as we once again shed some light on some very important matters. So I'd like to get your take on the several issues or on the couple of issues to be discussed on the show today. You can do so. Join in once again via facebook.com/Nigeria InfoPH, via Twitter and YouTube at Nigeria InfoPH. Do like and follow our pages as appropriate. Also, speaking of appropriateness, at the right time, do call 0817 923 0002 or 0817 923 0003 or 0007. The kids are back to school. I believe they are, and I hope that's working out well for the parents, for the guardians, for the children as well. I very much hope so. They're very trying, difficult times indeed that Nigerians are in at the moment. So I hope that for the public schools, the government is an effort to make the teaching learning environment an actual teaching learning environment. One of the things that are required for that, by the way, is that they have teachers. It's incredible, really, how that in 2023 we're reminding government that schools need teachers to function. But well, it's our reality. It's our reality. Yeah. So the schools need teachers, basically. Schools need other facilities as well. They need classrooms. These classrooms need windows. They need ceilings. They need roofs. Students need furniture. They need chairs to sit on. They need tables to write on. They need boards, for teachers to write on, so students can take notes from. Teachers need teaching aids, so they can pass on the knowledge to their students more appropriately, more conveniently, and in a way that the students can better and easier understand as well. These things are necessary to make the teaching learning process an actual teaching learning process, and also they need electricity as well. They need some form of security also. To ensure that the safety of the teachers, the students, and the other staff of the schools are not compromised. These things are important, Let's pay some attention to that, please. Do I beg? Do I gather some women we can tie up and dance for anybody who needs us to dance for them to make this happen? I don't mind our dance also, And to parents, I know it's tough. I know times are hard. I know it's difficult. Putting the money together, especially for those of you, those whose children are in private schools, no matter how quote unquote big or small those schools are, having to settle the fees right now can be difficult to families. Having to purchase school supplies, some kids might need new school bags. They might need new uniforms. They need books. Notebooks, textbooks, might need a new pair of sandals, socks and all of that. It can be tough. It can be tough, Don't let the frustrations get the better of you. Don't. And I speak experientially here, not as a parent, which I'm not yet, but I've been a child. Yeah, I know it's a miracle, right? Yeah, I've been a child once. And I can appreciate. I think I know how this can put pressure on parents, because I have parents. Mom's gone, dad's still around, and I saw firsthand how much pressure this can put on parents and how difficult it can be for them. But whatever you do not transfer. Try as much as possible not to transfer that frustration or that aggression onto the children. It's not their fault. It may not be your fault as well that you're having a tough time making those things available. But, it's definitely not their fault. They didn't ask for you to give birth to them. No, they didn't. They didn't send you a memo saying that they wanted to come to planet Earth, Nigeria especially, to see what's popping. No, you didn't. You and your significant other did whatever you guys did, you know, and you were, pardon my French, you were moaning then, you know, and you were sweating it out when you were doing whatever you did, you know, and then the result of that was the child or the children. So it's not their fault, you know. However, once again, I can appreciate the pressure you're under, you know, you're feeling right now. But please do not transfer that to your children. It can have very lasting negative psychological effect or impact on them, you know. Talk to them about it if they're old enough. Talk to them, reason with them, explain to them. Daddy and mommy are going through a difficult time now, but we're working on it. We'll make it happen, you know, we'll sort it out. Help them understand, you know, because they also are going through a difficult time in school, you know. So don't transfer the aggression or the pressure or the frustrations to your children. Once again, it's not their fault that you're going through a hard time right now, you know. And to schools also, please do not traumatize the children. Do not traumatize the children. It's not if the parents are owing you for their school fees or textbook fees or whatever fees you're supposed to collect from them. It's not the fault of the children. Communicate your concerns with the parents directly. Communicate your concerns with payments for whatever with the parents directly. School principal, school head, head teacher, class teacher, proprietor. Do not embarrass the children. Don't call them out. Those of you who have not paid, raise your hands. Raise your hands. Look at them. They have not paid their school fees. Come out. All of you should come out. Come outside there. Stand there. The rest of you should enter the class. So those of you start picking papers. Just stand there. Stand there for 1 hour. Stand there for 1 hour. Stand there. Look at them. They have not paid their school fees. Our parents cannot pay. Look at you. Don't do that to them. I'm not saying that. I mean, I understand it's a business. You want to get paid, and that's fine. You should get paid. And if you have concerns about being paid, once again, communicate that to their parents. Don't stigmatize the children. Don't traumatize them. Don't wreck them psychologically. Okay? Prepare letters. Send them to their parents. Call their parents. Send them text messages. Send them emails if you can. Whatever it is. If you don't want them to bring their kids to school anymore, communicate that to their parents. Let their parents explain to their children why they can't go to school tomorrow. Don't traumatize the children, please. Okay, I got a funny question here, but I'm not going to read it out. Anyways, I don't know. That just came to me right now. I wasn't even thinking about it earlier on. It just came to me, and I think it's necessary to upset that. And to parents, I wish you the very best. You know, I hope you're able to make things happen. But as much as possible, do everything you can to give those children an education. It's everything, really. It's everything. Do everything you can. Everything you can, whatever it takes. Give them an education. It's the only one thing that's going to give them purpose in life, really. That's going to give them direction. Not all the money. No, it's education. It's education. That's why they will not be senior men. They won't end up being senior men when they're educated, when they have an education. You know, they will not. They won't be loyal to dishonorable excellencies. No, they won't. You know, they will have an understanding of the environment. They will have a proper perspective to life. They understand what governance is about, what accountability means. They understand these things. Would it make them good people or perfect people? No, not necessarily, but it will make them balanced somewhat, human beings, you know. Give them an education. Do whatever you need to save up the money. Invest in them. Invest in your children's education. It's like giving them oxygen, literally. It's kind of like that. Okay, maybe not literally, but kind of like that, you know. All right, so that's that. Let's move on. So, quite a few matters are lined up for today's discussions. You're very welcome to join in, by the way. I mentioned those platforms a while ago. How about a quick preview of what we're going to touch on today's edition of the show? I do have side comments coming up shortly, even though in a way I did start up on the side comments already. Maybe a few more of those in a bit. I've got a rant coming up after that. Something in my mind, expressing some thoughts on it. I'd like to get your take on mine. All the way till 4 p.m. My side comment on the other discussions will be discussed in some more detail after the 6 p.m. major news during the open season segment till about 7 o'clock. Now, taking us to 4, once again, the run to 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, business news comes up, and we've got Canvas and Niger Delta Roundtable after that. Yes, we do. Brought to you by SPDC, of course. Today on the show, we're discussing building sustainable energy for tomorrow. Building sustainable energy for tomorrow. My guest, Mish Tengi George Ikole, Senior Officer, Natural Resource Governance Institute, NRGI. Huge join me for that conversation. And in case you're wondering, why are we discussing building sustainable energy for tomorrow? What that has to do with you. Because all you're thinking of right now, your number one need right now possibly is Gary to have with Afang Soup this afternoon. Well, if you don't understand the need to discuss building sustainable energy for tomorrow, that's a good reason why I should invest in your children's education right now. Trust me. If you don't get it, please invest in your children's education. I don't know if there's hope for you yet or still, but hopefully your children will get it. So, invest in them. That comes up in the 4 o'clock hour. Now, 5 o'clock, we got the news update coming up, and discussions continue right after that. Let's see. What are we discussing after that? Oh, yeah. The Binani situation. Story cuts Vanguard here. Binani witch hunted because she's woman. That's according to a campaign council. I'll be asking you what you make of that. You know, is that true? Is Binani's travails due to her gender? Here's a bit of the story, by the way. Well, I had the story opened here just a while ago. Anyway, so I'll give you the story later on at about the time in the 5 o'clock hour when we're discussing that. Binani, you remember her? You know, the APC Adamawa governorship candidate who read an acceptance letter after the INEC reg over there illegally pronounced her the winner. Of course, there's been a lot of backlash. The INEC reg has been, it's been investigated. They're looking for him and all of that. You know, INEC suspended him, I believe. And Binani has received a lot of backlash as well for some role, no matter how passive she may have played in all of that shenanigan. So all the backlash she's receiving right now, which has been termed witch hunt by her campaign team, is it due to her gender or is it something else? We'll discuss that in some detail in the 5 o'clock hour. Headlines 5:30, major news at 6 p.m, open season after that. A review of all the matters discussed on the show today. Till about 7 o'clock, when the show wraps up. Preview. So let's keep things moving with today's side comments, random stories, and run across the news today. Let's start with this one. Governor Iweke today inspected the soon-to-be... Okay, you know what? I've got a commercial break coming up now. I'll return for the side comment on today's rant in a moment. Do please stay with us.
with Dion.
Hello, welcome back to Nigeria Info and Her Input Hacker. I'm Dial. The discussions are on. Still with today's side comments, random stories and thoughts that caught my attention earlier today. Not to discuss now, by the way. Once again, let's start this. Governor Yeso Wike to the soon-to-be 12th flyover at Rumoku and was accompanied the elected leader and other government officials. And I must say kudos to the Rivers State government, led by Governor Yeso Wike, for infrastructure development in the state. I'm not sure I've said that many times. I'm sure I have said that, maybe not many times, but I'm certain I've said it. It's a good thing in some respect, and I'll clarify it shortly. In some respect, it's a good thing. Building roads is a good thing. Building bridges is a good thing, definitely. And a lot of those have been constructed by the current administration in Rivers State over the almost 8 years. And it is commendable to some belief. However, it's good to build bridges and build roads, build infrastructure and all that. Maybe if we're going to do this in the future, let's plan this properly. Let's plan this. Let it be better planned. For example, if government is going to build anything, there has to be a reason, to be a purpose. There has to be a reason, there has to be a purpose. And it must transcend, no pun intended, pedestrian reasons. For example, we can't build bridges simply because we want to increase the value of certain properties. That in itself is not enough reason to put a bridge somewhere, and also accountability as well. So it's good to build bridges, and I commend the current administration for that. 12 flyovers is a lot of flyovers. It's a lot, but we must be accountable as well. Over the last almost 8 years, at different times when we've asked for the Rivers State government's budget, when we've demanded accountability, as is our responsibility, by the way. You don't have to have been sponsored by the opposition. Oh goodness, I've heard so many pedestrian things, really, some extremely pedestrian argument. It's doing this job. Anyway, so which is a responsibility. So you don't have to have been sponsored by the opposition or by ISIS or Hezbollah or with the intention of destroying the peace that we are enjoying in Rivers State to demand accountability of government. And I hope the people who have made this argument in the past are hearing this. I know it might if you understand this invest in your children's education, it might be not for you any longer, but your children did. You at least understand it. At least there's hope for them. There's hope for your children, really. So as I was saying, it's not the ability to not struggle, but render account well as I do so. So let's work on some of these things. But congratulations, I'm sure everyone is excited about this. That's a good thing. I only hope that future administrations will not ask questions about how these bridges are funded. I hope so. Questions can be asked, and possibly even must be asked. I only hope that we will not uncover a Pandora's box if or when those questions are asked in the future. But congratulations to the Rivers State governor once again, and to the good people of Rivers State also. I'm sure everyone's excited by this. If nothing else, it will ease traffic. The construction of these flyovers, all of these flyovers over the years have caused a lot of inconvenience to road users, especially while the construction's going on. But then again, no pain, no gain. So some of them have been commissioned. In fact, most at location, quite nice actually. The first time I traversed that part, it looked so different. It looked nice, really, at the location junction. The link between NTA Road and Ada George, that place looks really nice right now, so that's a good one. And when they're all opened up and Rumokuta, I'm sure it will ease traffic, so congratulations to everyone. What else caught my attention today? Let's see. President of the Nigerian Bar Association, Yakubu Kiao, has again appealed for the release of senior advocate of Nigeria, Wali, who was now spent 9 nights in captivity. Remember, April 17, he was kidnapped after his convoy came under attack along the East-West Road. And to the abductors, if you're listening, do let the man go. And the NPC woman as well, the National Population Commission Commissioner, who was also abducted recently. Do let them go. And any other person, all the kidnappers everywhere, if you're listening, let them go. Let them go. These people have done nothing to you. to warrant what you're doing to them right now. Do let them go. And you can't blame this on no job, no work. Times are hard. It's not a viable excuse or explanation for this hideous crime that you are engaged in right now. Do let these persons go and turn a new leaf. You can. I mean, if you need a job to do, go wash cars. Go wash cars. There's dignity in labor. Learn something. Learn carpentry. Do something with your life. Blaming hardship or bad economy for the life of crime will not suffice. Will not hold any water anywhere. And when the justice system catches up with you eventually, you're going to ask yourself why you did it in the first place. So, I join others to appeal to you to let these persons go. Please do let them go. Some residents around Ngoshi businesses of Obiakolo government area of Britain say they now live in fear after security agents stormed the area over the weekend in search of one Dadechuku, also known as General. Some of the residents spoke to our correspondent. Okay, let's take us into these residents who reportedly are now living in fear, had to say to our correspondent.
Because as it is now, a lot of people have packed from this place because of this recent happening of fear. People threatening to pack. What happened that day is mind-blowing. You just wake up to gunshots, to seeing police, to seeing us pack everywhere. It's not a usual thing in this place.
Fears of the unknown. So the reaction now, people are sleeping with one eye open and one eye closed. So government need to come up now and stop it now that the action has not gone high. If there is nothing like government interference now, automatically things will go wrong more than we are expecting.
Nigerian police, they know what to do already. Since they've heard about it, there's a station here, they are aware of it, so they should know what to do to put the lives of the citizens in check to ensure that no harm comes to them.
Another resident to our correspondent.
It has a lot of boys on the street roaming out there, especially in Aj and Iowa. So government has to do something to stop these guys permanently. They are Ajibad George forcing taking. They have a cartel from up. So if nothing is done to crack down on these people, it's a crisis. Because some of his boys are still at different junctions, collecting money from Keke people, collecting from.
Correspondents that at least one person was killed. Many others sustained bullets when the joint team of Nigeria police and OSPA members raided the home of. This name sounds funny. Dadechuku to arrest him, but met his absence. It is said to be linked to a dispute in which Dadechuku has since built a structure on and rendered the matters between two police from Buraku communities in Ngoshi. There's been no comment from this. And I don't know. If a person is accused of committing a crime, should the police go after him? Yes, they should. No, but if you meet people who are resisting with some force, the police have a responsibility to follow. Police have rules of engagement, even in deploying firearms. I hope that proper police procedures are maintained and followed strictly in engaging these criminals, if indeed are criminals, especially if you have to deploy your firearms. Only for the best, I suppose, And I hope that the same vigor with which they're after this man over this set reported to be a land dispute, I hope that the River State Police Command, led by CPO Efeng and his boys, will go after all the cultists causing mayhem across River State in other parts as well. I hope that also. And some good news today that the Nigerian government today began the evacuation of Nigerian students Nigerians in Sudan. This was revealed in a tweet by the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, where it shared a video showing buses parked in line. Also shared a picture of people queued up, which it captioned at the registration point this morning. NIDCOM also said more buses arrived this morning and the stranded students will depart today. That's some great news. That's a welcoming development, really. We'll be glad to see those Nigerians and our students get back home safely and in good time as well. So, to wrap up the side comments, I got a few comments earlier on. Let's see. I laughed almost uncontrollably listening to you. As hilarious as it sounds, it's very true. Our parents, guardians and teachers shouldn't transfer aggression on their children. Words learners for any reason. Well done, Dio. That's from Justice. Teachers don't traumatize the children. That brought tears to my eyes. That's from Newton Kire. God bless you, Di, for this advice. I really wish the principals are listening to this. In modern school, they even send fees defaulters outside the school gate for everyone to see. I know those that have not paid. They are already threatening students of not allowing them in tomorrow when school just resumed yesterday. It's so sad. That's unfair. Let's see. Our teachers and school lazy. I picked in class during my primary school days. Please. Okay. All right. Let's see. Also, what else? Anything else here? Oh, okay. I think that's for now. That will be it for now. Di, have you heard what happened to, where certain people give OPM 7-day ultimatum to close down the free school built and stop forthwith the proposed free hospital? Isn't this very shameful and sheer wickedness to say the least? Patrick. Well, I haven't heard the details of that matter. Maybe I'll ask around to find out what's going on before I pass any comments on that situation. Okay, this is a very long one. I'm sorry, I think you know who you are. I can't read this right now. It's quite long. Maybe I'll attend to this later on. But that wrap up comments. I'm going to quick break. When I return, this round comes up. Please stay with us.
With Diode.
Hello, okay, Mark. It is Hard Fact to Nigeria in a food here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio, and I'd like to rant for just a bit. Yes, I do. I've got something on my mind of expressing some thought in it, and your very thoughts of mine all the way till 4 p.m. Now, we have a lot of challenges in Nigeria. One of the biggest challenges we have is with security in the country. It's a very serious matter. Security agencies and indeed agents have come under a lot of scrutiny lately. In fact, not just lately, for quite some time right now. Especially the agency that's primarily, I suppose, responsible in enforcing the safety of lives and property within the country. Domestically, and that's the Nigeria Police Force. Lots of questions have been asked of the conduct of the officers of the Nigeria Police Force lately. The police, especially spokespersons of the Nigeria Police Force, quite readily come to the defense of the agency and insist that, yes, in some cases, sometimes there is an admittance of some shortcomings in the Nigeria Police Force. Sometimes, not every time. As a matter of fact, many times it's an outright, flat-out denial. Like the River State Police spokesperson into illegal with oil theft or illegal vehicle fire ongoing in real estate, even there have been several allegations to the contrary. Many persons would have insisted that police officers in River State are very much involved in the illegal trade. Even people in government, elected officials, have echoed similar positions severally as well, including the River State governor, by the way. He's also said it. Anyway, that said, even though there are denials most of the time, some other times they have admitted that there are shortcomings, but insist that these shortcomings or this deficits are the handwork of a few bad eggs amongst them. Now, whether it is the entire poultry that needs overhauling, as I have suggested severally, it needs blown out. Fact of the matter that if Nigerian police force to redeem its image, rebrand itself, and ensure that its officers conform to lay down principles and laws, something must be done, and it's the punishment for erring police officers. There must be consequence for illegal actions. More often than not, from what I've heard, what happens in Rivers State is even when officers are found to have acted or conducted themselves criminally, for example, extorting the person, stealing from someone, you find when CPs Rivers State hear about and is brought to their attention, especially sometimes a media person, non-governmental organization or activist, maybe they are afraid they might go to the press, the person and they go to the office. They line up some police officers. Can you identify the person? They say that person is the one. They are the one. Okay, how much they collect from you? 100,000, 200,000. Okay. So here's the money. These officers, why are you doing like this? Why are you doing like that? Don't do like that again. Don't you know it's no good? Yeah, take them away. Take them away. You see, thank you very much for telling us. You see, we are trying. We are doing what we can. We need this information from you people, to help us. Young man, young woman, sorry for what you had to go through. This is your money back. Do you want to drink something? Let them find you something to drink, or you want to eat. You look hungry. Sorry for what you went through. Sorry for what you went through. Let's find you something now. For all your pains, let's find you something. Sorry. We'll investigate the matter and we'll get to the bottom of it. And that's it. Very, very sad thing. I'm sure that those officers are going to go out to look for who to rob again that very same day. In fact, if they were collecting 200,000 naira before, they probably go out to collect 2 million this time around, to steal 2 million. I think steal is the more appropriate term to use. And that doesn't help anybody. But in case the Rivers State Police Command is wondering how exactly can one go about this, what should we do? What should we do, Dio? He has come again. What are we supposed to do? Don't worry. Just chill, calm down, take a chill pill. And as an example, if you don't know how to handle these matters in Rivers State, your colleagues in Lagos State have a better handle, a better grip of the handle. Here's a story from the Punch newspaper. Assault. Police to prosecute spare parts dealer. CP removes DPO. Here's the story. The Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Idowu Owohunwa, on Tuesday ordered that a spare parts dealer identified as Bebex be charged to court immediately for allegedly assaulting a married woman, Omolara James. Owohunwa also removed the Mushin Divisional Police Officer for the shoddy manner in which his men handled the case when it was first reported at the station. The State Public Relations Officer, Benjamin Hunde, disclosed this in a statement he posted on his Twitter handle after the meeting Owohunwa had with stakeholders in the case in Lagos. James had in a video that went viral on social media at the weekend accused Bebex of alleged harassment and assault. She alleged that when she did not yield to the man's sexual demand, he allegedly ordered his boys to slap her. She later released another video in which she recanted her earlier allegation. There were, however, insinuations she was pressured to recant, hence the decision of the CP to reopen and take over the case. Hunde disclosed that based on the need to ensure justice, the CP personally interviewed all parties in the case. At the end of the engagement, they said the CP was convinced that Bebex had a case to answer and ordered his prosecution. The engagement also showed that the policemen who handled the case engaged in professional misconduct. Hence, the CP directed the command provost to commence the process of disciplining them. Yeah. So that's how they're doing it in Lagos. Let's do it like that here as well. Because even according to the police rule book and according to relevant laws in Nigeria, when police officers conduct themselves in an unprofessional or even criminal manner, the DPO in charge of their station is liable as well. It's only in Rivers State and possibly elsewhere in Nigeria where police officers will illegally detain people in cells, and when the matter blows up eventually, the DPO is bereft of any knowledge of it. The DPO does not know. The DPO has no idea what's going on. I mean, they're literally torturing people in your cell. They are keeping people in there, extorting people, stealing from them, and DPO somehow, miraculously, does not know what's going on. Doesn't know. They never quite know anything, really. So that's that. So this how it's done in Lagos. Let's take a cue from that and see how it's done in Lagos. We have an example here, by the way. Something happened. Uche Ajuru, a widow in Indele community in Emo local government area, is claiming her house was burnt down by one OSPAC member in the community, Owochika Egbo. Mrs. Ajuru said the incident happened on December 18, 2022. She said Egbo accused her of being a government informant in the fight against illegal oil refining in the community, an allegation she denies. Let's take a listen to what the woman had to say regarding her ordeal. And here we go.
For 5-6 months now in my community, I am already out away for the community because of OSPAC man, Oguchika Ebo. So I am informer for the bunkre. I don't know many of informer for the bunkre. The government didn't give me anything on security of the pipeline. They will come my house and burn all my property on my husband's house, both my children, both everything. As I'm standing here with my children, I don't know where I am.
I don't know if this woman is an informant or not, but what does that even matter? Back to the story. Mrs. Ajuru said she reported to the police and the traditional institutions in the Indele community and has yet to get any response. She's appealing to the Rivers State Governor, Emoha local government chairman, NGOs to come to her aid as she's currently stranded. When contacted, both the traditional institutions and the police promised to respond with adequate information. This is tragic, really. I don't even understand what kind of... Sometimes I struggle to comprehend what kind of society we're living in, really. So this woman is alleging that her house got burnt by some supposed OSPAC member, even though I think that OSPAC outfit needs to be looked into seriously, once again. The reason for this, according to her, is that she's accused of being an informant to the government over as regards illegal oil refining or oil theft. She's reported to the police, and allegedly, there's been no response of substance from the Rivers State Police Command. You know, it's very sad. And then tomorrow, somebody in the Rivers State Police Command will tell us that we need information from the public. We can't do this without the public. The police is your friend. And by the way, the police is your friend. Please provide information to the police. I am required to tell you that. So please go ahead and do that. If you want the public to provide this information, however, then people like Mrs. Ajuru must be protected. And once again, I don't know if she did provide information at all, but that's irrelevant. Whether or not she provided information to the police or security agencies is completely irrelevant. The fact of the matter is that this needs to be looked into. The Police Commissioner of Rivers State, Okong Effiong, you need to look into this matter and find out if your officers who received this report on this woman have acted unprofessionally and have not taken the matter seriously. And if you don't know how to handle this, no problem, that's fine. Just consider the example of your colleague in Lagos as to how this was handled, and let's replicate that here in Rivers State. On that note, I end my run today. Thanks for listening. Hope you went bored. Let's get your take on mine. Call 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003 or 0007. Those are the numbers to call. We're live on facebook.com/NigeriaInfoPH. Also, join us via Twitter and YouTube at NigeriaInfoPH. By the way, I hope you weren't bored by today's rant. All right, got a little time to go before 4 p.m. Let's get your take on this now. Hello, hard fight to welcome. Please go on.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, Tayo, I think the first part is one of the security outfits in Rivers State. Now, if somebody have a free knowledge of what is going on in that community, even if he's accused of being a police informant, why OSPAC should go and do a molest woman? Yeah, I think that OSPAC also are the people doing the bunkering in the whole community, including their partner, police. Because if they are innocent, why they go and molest the woman? If the woman is an informant, you can see what is going on. They claim their security outfit. Thank you. I remain Alani.
You're welcome. Hard fact, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Hi, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, you're welcome. Go ahead. 973, hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello? 923 0002 or 0003 or 0007. Via Facebook, Ichichuku on the goes down. This culprit should be arrested, deranged, possibly sent to prison to serve as a deterrent. Ubong from a chair goes, what do the police ever know? Well, they do know stuff, you know. It's only a question of whether we want to act on what we know. I feel certain the police know stuff, you know. So once again, it's a question, really, of whether they want to act on what they do know or not. I got about 5 minutes ago before 4 o'clock. Still taking your thoughts on my rant today. Once again, 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003 or 0007. Or join me via facebook.com/NigeriaInfoPH, also via Twitter at NigeriaInfoPH. I mean, if the woman in question, Uche Ajuru, a widow in Indele community, has reported the matter to the River State Police, whichever of the formations or stations, there must be immediate response. There has to be immediate response to this, and the response has to be swift as well. And I forgot to mention, how about our traditional institutions, our elders? Anyways. Hello, you're welcome. Please go on.
Hello, good afternoon, please.
Hello, go ahead.
Am I through to 93 FM?
92.3, Nigerian 4. You're welcome. Go ahead.
This is Elder Rio calling from Poracos.
Go ahead.
The type of police recruits is a reflection of the community. Can I rewind, sir?
Go ahead.
The police recruits is a reflection of the community you train them for. So, if what is happening in Lagos cannot be compared to what is happening in Port Harcourt, two parallel lines that can never be met. And at the same time, what is happening in a community, don't they have elders? Don't they have chiefs? Don't they have commissioners? Don't they have senators? Why are we deceiving ourselves? My dear brother, God bless you.
Got about 2 minutes ago to 4 p.m. Message here. Good evening, Daya. When the police say that policing is everybody's business and ask the public for useful information, and if one should give police information, the person ends up putting him or herself in danger. That's from Noble. Please provide the police with information. It's very important. Security is everyone's responsibility. Hello, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Hello, Dad.
You have a minute. Go ahead, please.
Please, this issue is very important to me. That woman's case is not an exception. Oliver is my name, calling from a case. If you report to police and they want to act, they will act. If it does not favor them, you become the victim or you become the person they are reporting to. So I don't know whether there's any other way to solve this problem.
bear the police and do not comply to what they're asking you for, you are gone for it.
All right, so I guess we have to wrap it up on that note. Hopefully, Mrs. Or Miss Uche Ajuru will get justice, whatever may have happened. Whoever is responsible for what happened to her, I hope the Rivers State Police Command, led by the CP, will attend to this matter with the swiftness as it does deserve, and all the Royal Highnesses in the community as well. I hope we play their roles also. We got business news 4 o'clock. Canvas and is up after that, brought to you by SPDC. Do please stay with us.